What up, people? We are back with another episode of My Conversation Corner, the podcast about the ups and downs and the stories behind your success. So, we are talking today with my homeboy, my teammate, my brother, Julian. He is the shoe man. This is the guy that puts the shoes on your feet. Whatever you want to see, he got you. What's
Yeah.
going on, man?
A lot, but a little but a lot. You know what I mean? Living life, maximizing it.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Every day is a little struggle. You gotta get there. You gotta do
Yeah.
the thing to get to the next level.
Every day's a pump, man. You got to put some stress on the body to get
Yo, and I
bigger.
to be honest with you, I need to get back in the gym myself, brother, because I see you still got your balance, and I'm mad I lost mine. But it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good, man. What's going on with you, man?
Man, working in tech right now. You know what I mean? Stabilizing my foundation.
Okay.
Bought a house last year in Atlanta, so I'm loving that. I'm in it now. So I went from basement apartment, and finally got my own home.
Okay.
Life changing.
Yeah.
So now the next step is finding out how to get into my footwear realm. But you need an audience, you need money. Really those two. Everything else falls in line. So just figuring that out, man.
Okay. So we're gonna get into that in a moment, but let's take it back a little bit because you played basketball for at least your high school career. So tell me a little bit about that, and then tell me how that made you transition into the shoe game.
Long story, but I'm gonna try to summarize it so it's interesting.
Don't even worry about summarizing nothing, man. We here. Go ahead, talk your shit, man.
All right, what's it called? So we start off in elementary school just playing ball normally. Middle school, we got a school system now. You know what I mean? I'm just like, all right, let me try it out. Because I was bored in middle school. Getting C's and D's, I didn't care about schools. Like, what's the point? Saw basketball, they're like, if you're going to play, you gotta get good grades. I'm like, all right. So got serious about my education, got my A's and B's, got on the team. So I remember, like, I think 8th grade, I was able to touch the rim and just barely do that skim dunk. You know what I mean? When you first get that. That was it. Me and my boy Kingsley went to SSI in Silver Spring in Maryland. So started there. Then that summer, going into high school, going to Magruder High School in Montgomery County. That's a big time basketball school, 4A in Maryland. Like the coach is well known there. The whole county knows him, yada yada. Got into the summer league before playing with varsity. It's kind of getting ready for it, seeing my potential and all that. So I'm in high school, right? But I hated my coach with a passion.
Most people do.
Yeah. Because I thought he held me back. He's a big coach on shooting, so that was good. But he was big on he had his pick me. You had to have a good story. Came from a broken home, mother only, no father. It's like, okay, you're going to be my golden black boy, and all you are just going to be rebounders and screeners for him. Long story short, right. Yeah, it's my boy too. You know what I mean? Like we were close, but I remember I thought I was going D1 immediately. Scratch that. I thought I was going to the NBA immediately. This is in 10th grade. My coach we're in a hurdle after practice, right? He's like, yo, do you even got any D1 letters yet? Just sun me to my face in front of my teammates.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't think so, no. Yeah, you're not going D1 unless you got D1 letters in 10th grade. Like, he just shit on me.
Wow.
Yeah, that type of guy. I went to an AN1 tournament later on that summer when AN1 was popping and everything in D.C., and I went there doing my whole mixtape stuff, doing hot sauce type stuff, carrying, traveling, all that. And then I got a look from Montrose Christian.
Okay.
The coach was actually there, assistant coach was actually there, and he was on the bus with us. I was like, yo, man, I know who you are. Play for Magruder. Tell Harwood I said, what's up? Come play for me. We'll get you a full-ride scholarship. The next year, Kevin Durant goes there.
Yeah.
So he tells me, come through. I told my mom, Mom, look, sign this paper. I can go to Montrose Christian, get an education. I can play and go to the NBA, or at least play D1. Grievous Vasquez is there. KD got there soon. A couple other big names at Montrose Christian, whatever the case is. Mom says no.
Mom.
Old school African mom. No, Papa, get your education. No basketball. No basketball. She says no. So finished up my 4 years in high school. Of course, didn't get no D1 letters because the way I was playing 5. You know me, I'm 6'6", bro.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah, you should be on a wing.
Exactly. So I was playing 5. I had to do my own stuff outside of high school ball. I go to a camp in Jersey, last minute camp. I get offers from Long Island University and Rhode Island University, 2 D1s.
Yeah.
I'm like, perfect. The day I get back home, I get on the bus from Jersey back home. One of my best friends dies gets hit by a car, dead.
Man.
So I'm over here like this. First time I'm experiencing a death. One of my best friends, he's younger than me, 17, like a little brother. One of the guys, the coaches called me on at the funeral. Like, hey man, we got you an offer right now. We're ready. We want you on the team. You know what I mean? Da-da-da-da. Like, all right, cool. I'll call you guys back. Never called him back. Because I just wasn't, I forgot. I wasn't thinking.
In your head. Yeah.
So 2 years go by. I'm just roaming around with my girlfriend at the time, going from apartment to apartment, trying to figure out my life. Everyone's disappointed in me. You D1 letters, basketball, you're creative. What are you doing? You know, I find out after she breaks up with me, let me add that, because I wasn't making no money. You know how it is.
Yeah, I know exactly how it is. I know that. Like,
You know the game, bro.
yeah, I get it.
I had no money, no education. You know what I mean? She breaks up with me. I got to find my way back into the system. My mom's like, go back to college.
Mm-hmm.
I find one of my mentors who knows somebody in Texas. Got me into junior college in Texas at D1 JUCO. Gave me a full ride just off of what my boy told him about me, but never happens. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
First year, everything paid for. Was like, yo, we like what you're talking about. No tape. Never seen me physically. Never seen. He's like, yo, he's 6'6", he's athletic. He's long. We can do whatever you need him to do.
Come on. Yeah. They was desperate. They was desperate for a man.
They was. Hey, I got that. That's a guy right there. I was like, yep. I'll take it.
Yep.
Got there for a year. I'm out of shape. Mm-hmm. I'm skinny fat.
Mm-hmm.
I've been balling.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me like 6 months to get back into speed. You know what I mean? Like, and I started getting my momentum towards the end of the year, but then I realized I don't want to do another year there because just to be frank, there's a bunch of idiots. Like, we had 4 gym classes, so we had guaranteed A's to make sure we qualified to play.
Yeah. Is this a junior college?
Junior college in Texas. I'm not going to say the name, even though you'll find it, but they gave us 4 to 5 gym classes, PE, health education, miscellaneous, and then you had real 3 classes or whatever, so you could guarantee you can play no matter what.
Right.
The teachers were having sex with the students. Yeah. Yeah. So they were passing you. You know what I mean? So in these 3 classes, English, math, whatever, you were getting passed because she passing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
I remember one of the teachers was the dean's wife, and my boy was smashing, and he doesn't lie.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, that was the environment at that school. I was like, I want to play basketball, but not like this, and I also don't want to be done when I'm done. I want to have a real degree.
Right.
So let me transfer out. I got a D1 offer from University of Greensboro, Charlotte Greensboro, something like that.
Right.
Try to do that. They said, nah, you can't. You need 2 years with your associates to transfer, which I didn't know. So I was like, damn, what do I do? I'm not going back to the old school.
Mm-hmm.
One of my old coaches came to my door, knocked on my door, like, yo, Bowie's been looking for you. Like, Bowie who? Bowie State. I was like, I got the same number since high school, and no one's called me. He's like, yeah, we've been trying to reach you. He came to my door the day I was supposed to leave to go to Florida, to go to some random school in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yo, they got an offer for you right now. Come through, and can you do me a favor and pick up this one guy? His name is Ali. We want to meet with him too. Ali.
Yeah, no, Ali.
That's when I first met him. So I was like, you know what? I made it that day. My flight was leaving that day. I was like, you know what? I got to stay home.
Mm-hmm.
I get to go to an HBCU.
Mm-hmm.
It's D2, but I'm like, hey, it's education's got money. It's basketball. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Went to go pick up Ali that following week. We went up there, met with Coach Brooks. Boom, now I'm in college. First year there, I can't play. I didn't know. They tell me D1 and D2 got the same rules. You can't play that first year. You have to sit out a year. So I tried to avoid that. Lost a year.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? Let me take my time to re-heal my shins because I used to have a 42-inch vertical. I had crazy microfractures on my shins.
Oh.
Like, to the point where when I was sleeping in bed and the blanket was touching it, it would hurt because the blanket pressure would feel pain. I was like, you know what? Let me not be like, you remember that guy from college, Ware, that broke his leg?
Yeah, he was doing something. It was a layup or a dunk or a block or something like that, and he broke his leg on the backboard or something like that, on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at that level. So I was like, you know what? This is a sign to sit back and heal. So that's why those last years at Bowie, I didn't play. And I finally got better my senior year. But I'm like, at this point, y'all got a whole system in play. You got people that sit here and there. You got you, me, and Najee able came in. It's like, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. So that's what got me in the shoes, man. I'm just sitting around the dorm room, y'all over here playing, going to games. I'm like, I'm just sitting there with either women, homework, or my shoes. I'm just like,
right.
me start messing with these.
Yeah.
And that's where it started, man.
Yeah, man. That's what's up. And you did it. You actually did a pair of shoes for me. Some I think I had some random shoes from some random ass camp I went to, and
Yeah.
I want to wear them, but they trash. Can you
Yeah.
you do something with them? And I got them. I know they're at the house somewhere. I know my dad's wearing them, cutting grass now at some point somewhere.
Yeah.
I know he got them somewhere at the house, but
With your big 16 or 17 size. What size you wear?
I was wearing 16s playing hoop. I was hooping in 16s, but I wear 15. Like I walk
Yeah.
in 16s. So okay, so you went to you did all the things to get through college, and you realized once you got to college, okay, this is not, or when you got to the level of being able to play, it was like, oh, I'm not ready for the system. The system is already in place. I can't really do nothing about it.
Yeah.
So you decided to go into the shoes. What about them is what really drew you to them, and like give people some like idea of how that operates, because I know when it comes to shoes, I've seen you do it. I've seen you break down shoes. Like, and I don't mean like, oh, you talk about them and no. You've broken them down to they are separate. And give me a little bit about that, man.
Yeah. So I've always been to like arts, fashion. I can draw, yada yada. Get it from my mom's. But I remember exactly the day I was like, I gotta start changing my shoes up.
Mm-hmm.
The Nike Foam Positive ones, 8 plants came out. The purple jumps. I got them. And of course, I'm at HBCU, so we all got the same taste in sneakers and all that. So I remember the day I got them, put them on, and my tan khaki pants on. I had a black and purple fitted shirt, whatever the case is. I'm thinking I'm killing the shit. You know what I mean? I walk out of Bowie Place, come downstairs, and I step outside. I see 2 to 3 other guys with the 8 plant shoes, khaki pants, and black and purple shirt. I was like, I'm taking this shit the fuck off.
Take this shit
I
off.
went upstairs, changed my entire outfit. Like, but I'm not walking around like a copy paste. Like, you know what I mean? So that triggered me to start changing my shoes up. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna touch y'all because y'all are mad clean. But the ones that I had, I'm gonna start altering. So I started painting them. Then I started realizing the paint's not sticking. How do I make it paint? Doing research, remove the factory paint. Okay. A need created the business.
Right.
Because I needed to feel like an individual with the way I dress. You know, it's kind of who I am. Mm-hmm. So that's where it came from. So I started doing research. Okay, I like things that light up, things that glow. How can I add it but not make it corny?
Right.
And the Foam Positive was the best silhouette with that clear outsole. So I learned how to take the sole off with acetone. Mm-hmm. Okay, boom. Then I found lights. Those lights that you have in the cars, like in the headlights, those LEDs.
Yeah.
I put those in there. And it started getting big at the time. Like the sneaker community was growing. Wale was killing the shit. Everything was growing in DMV. Mm-hmm. But then those lights were getting kind of defective. The more you walk, they break. So I found new lights. Then I started opening up the shoes even more and looking at the patterns. Like even this shirt, all this stitching here, these are all patterns. This is a pattern here. Okay. It's a 2-piece pattern. This is a pattern here in the front. When you learn how to take something apart, learn how to put it back together. Like making a car, right. A home, all that type of stuff. So that's where it all came from, just me wanting to be an individual, not looking at anybody else, and then just kind of just expressing myself. And then, of course, someone's like, yo, who made that for you? I did that. Can you do it for me? Give me like $50 for the materials. I'll do it for free. I like this right now. I'm in college, whatever, you know?
You're learning.
Exactly. And it gives me the money. I do it too. I do it for them, post on my page. My page starts growing. Unconsciously. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not intentional in my business. This is not like a planned out, thorough, intentional thing. You know, women are like, be intentional. I wasn't intentional.
Yeah, but that was also the beginning of Instagram, to be honest with you, because I think I got Instagram while we were doing training at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Yeah. When they had that old brownish camera and all that, it was only a box.
Yep.
Organic before it became a spot for women that would do fitness workouts. You know what I mean? You know what it is,
right?
Back when you and I had a chance.
Yeah, when it wasn't, it's so difficult to do things and get the attention of the opposite. Yeah.
I can't get people with beautiful women. They win all the time. So I saw it growing, and again, I wasn't paying no mind, bro. Like I'm in college, I'm at Bowie, I'm having fun. I'm here practice with y'all, going to the games, living life. Get out of Bowie, go to grad school. Like, you know what? Let me start doing something with this. So I go to SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design. It's a design private school. And I go to learn how to make shoes, and they actually rejected me. They said, you can't come in because you don't have the qualifications. Like, we need you to have your bachelor's in this to master in it.
Got it.
So I was like, I'm not doing 4 more years of college, bro.
To go back just to do this, right?
Yeah, and I don't take notes. So I was like, how else can I get in? You can't. I was like, well, look at my Instagram. I showed them my IG. I had like I think 11,000 followers at the time of me doing shoes, and they're like,
Oh,
oh shit.
you've done school. You've already gone through your school. You've learned. You've done your education on your own. Okay.
Instagram got me into grad school.
Wow, that's big because and that's something that people need to hear because you don't know what you don't know, and
Exactly.
you took a chance by saying, "Hey, look, I've been doing this. Don't act like I don't have the skills. There's something there."
And I was more ahead of everyone else because I've been doing it in school.
Mhm.
I got a following that proves it. And at that time, there wasn't no fake followers. And, Instagram still new. It's like, how do you got 10,000, 11,000 followers? I mean, doing this stuff, like you might not be as technically crafted as our students, but you clearly got an eye and you got an audience.
Right.
And they want to feed off my audience too. So
right.
IG got me into a millionaire grad school in the master's program.
But was it paid for? Is the question. Or they did give you something?
No, they gave me some scholarships. It wasn't paid for, but they got me in.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily, my family and I, we kind of scammed some money in all this and did some other type. This is what the non-subsidized student loans or something.
Yeah. Back the Obamacare stuff, Obama years.
Yeah. So I took out a loan, of course, heavy one. You know what I mean? But they got me in, and that school gave me so many opportunities. But I learned I learned how to make shoes and clothes and bags from scratch.
I know. I've been watching, brother. Yeah.
Yeah. And like they weren't doing that, but they weren't making sneakers before. Like they weren't making shoes that I make. They were like, we only make dress shoes here. And again, I don't take no for an answer. I was like, well, I'm gonna make sneakers.
I like the idea that you guys got, but I have my own idea.
Yeah. That's how I've always been. Like someone tells, I'm a salesman. You tell me no, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come back around again. I'm gonna try to sell you socks this time instead of shoes. I'm gonna sell you something. So the teacher was like, you know what? Let's learn together because he's a cobbler, old Italian guy. His dad made shoes, like traditional shoes from hand. Mm-hmm. So I learned from the OGs how to make shoes, but I took that and made them into sneakers. Then I became their star pupil. Like, and I'm not tooting my own horn to exaggerate. I'm being legit. They would bring people to come meet me, and they would have my shoes in the building of the sneaker, the accessories design building. It'd be my shoes, like, okay, look at what we're doing. And now, today, they've created sneaker classes, and they've asked me to be a teacher multiple times.
Wow, kid. You're a trendsetter, and that's what most people look forward to be in their lives, and that's not always the case. But you changed the entire fabric of their school when it comes to shoes. That's crazy, bro.
It wasn't intentional. It's just, again, just me being me. You know what I mean? When you're like, I think the biggest thing is when you're organic, you just like, I don't care what no one else thinks. I'm gonna just be me. Mm-hmm. And you're really doing what you're supposed to do, what God, but everyone's got like a calling. You can feel something, you know what I mean? Like you love being video, TV and all that. You can feel that, you know what I mean?
100%.
If you sit in it and you're genuine to yourself, you just get poured into. Mm-hmm. People see it, they feel it. So everything that's happened so far is just me just doing, like I said, I don't want to be at that school in Texas no more after 1 year. I didn't have a plan. I just left. I was like, I know I don't want to be here anymore. Mm-hmm. Did that. Then I got an offer from my coach. Bowie wants you. Okay, boom. You know what I mean? Like, I started doing Instagram stuff, posting on that and Twitter just because. Boom, that got me into SCAD. Boom, this. That's how it happens, bro. And then by the time my senior year at SCAD, on my last year, I had 2 years of master's program. I think I had about 17,000 followers. I blew the fuck up like on YouTube. I got on Nice Kicks, Soul Collector, Hype Beast, Sneaker News. They're posting all my stuff. Again, organic. I'm not paying nobody. At this point now, no one's paying people to be on their pages yet.
Right.
It's just natural. Yeah. And I got people in France hitting me up on TV shows. People over here asking me to be on a sneaker TV show. I can't because I'm in school. I'm like, all these opportunities coming that I couldn't take. And then once I got out of school, I was like, okay, now I'm out of school.
Yeah.
It's game time.
Make some money. Yeah. I'm with that.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you've done all this stuff and gotten yourself to the level of being able to be, people are chasing you down for this information.
Yeah.
From there, do you create a business? Are you just create in the creative space? What was the next part of that? How'd you go about the next step?
Step is out of college, man. So I'm out of college. I'm back in Maryland now. So now it's like, okay, I see that I have an audience. I have hype. I have momentum. So those are two big things. Money can come with loans and credit cards and business line of credit if you know it. You know what I mean? I didn't know at the time, but I was going to learn it. But the problem is, out of college now, all this sneaker realm is booming and it's oversaturated. Now, my sales are going down. Now, everyone's copying what I'm doing. People over here watching my stuff and trying to remake it and saying it's theirs. And I got my followers like, yo, he got your photo on his page. He figured out how to do your stuff and he's trying to do it cheaper, saying that you're not as good. He can do it cheaper and better and all this. Like people can jabbing at me and all that. So that was a rocky road. And at this point, like, let me start creating my own footwear line with my own money. So I'm in my mom's basement. Typical story, 30s in your mom's basement out of college or whatever. And I'm telling my audience on my YouTube, I got 20K on YouTube now. And YouTube is my favorite social media. Hands down. I'm on there and I'm telling people like, look, I want to start my footwear business. I want to start creating a GoFundMe. This is that. And this has been graduated in 2015, grad school, May. So 2016, a year later, my stepfather passes away in our family home. I found him dead at 3, 4 a.m. I'm working on shoes per usual. Find him dead. He's older, had a heart attack. So I'm like, shit, I'm the man of the house. Like life is hitting me after college, bro.
Yeah.
Like I got a girlfriend at the time. I'm not making no money. I'm just being able to just keep my business afloat. She's frustrated. Liz, she's making money. She's from a stable home. She's working a regular job. Business going downhill. What's my direction? And the world is so big. When you get out of college, like, where do I go? Because we're so used to elementary, middle, high school, college, post-grad, get a career in your field. They're like, we have a training, a system. But if you get out of college and you're like, what do I do now? I don't want to work for Nike because Nike's going to own all my designs.
Right.
So I want to have my own. But how do you do that? So I'm trying to figure that out.
You have to go back in learn mode at that point.
Yeah. So I'm trying to research. I'm like, let me get some funding. Let me talk to my stepfather before he passed away because he knew about business. He created my first business plan. It was like 21 pages. He made that for me for free. So he invested in me.
Right.
Then he passes away. And there's this program from my old school. The program's called the Atelier program from grad school at SCAD. And they'll allow you to come in and work at the school and they'll pay you $10,000 for your materials and $10,000 afterwards to push your brand. Sure. I got selected from that the next day that he died.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
So I'm in Maryland. I got accepted to it. That means I have to move to Atlanta. Within a month or so, I'm like, bro, he was a breadwinner. He paid for everything in the home. Everything. We just lost the breadwinner. We lost father figure, stepfather. My sister's like biological father. I can't leave. My mom, my sisters, my girlfriend's like, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
You got to take this opportunity. So I'm leaving, heavy heart. Y'all good, checking up on them. I'm starting to build my footwear line now because the school was helping me. On my birthday, November 15th or November 14th, around my birthday time, I get a random phone call as I'm working at the school on my shoes. Hey, what's going on? Hey, is this Julian? Yeah. So we want to work with you. Like, what you talking about? So, I'm not going to say their names, but long story short, this guy, his son found you on YouTube and he likes what you're doing. He wants to work with you and see if you want to start a shoe line with him. I'm like,
okay,
sure. Yeah, why not? Yeah. Okay, well, are you free to come to California? We can fly you out. Yeah, I'm free. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say. You know what I mean? I'm over here. This bullshit. Get out of here. You know what I mean? It's straight bullshit, bro. Like, yeah, sure. Just send me the itinerary.
Right.
Like, I go back to work and I got a sewing machine working on my shoes, building my collection. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm like, what's going on? I get another phone call. Hey, this is the guy's dad. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he tells me his name. I look him up. Yeah, what's your name? Okay, nice to meet you. And it's like, I look him up. He's worth $2.1 billion.
Wow.
They gave me his name. Worth $2.1 billion. I'm like, okay, so what you talking about? Now,
where's the flight?
Now I'm like this. Like, yeah, my son loves what you do. He wants to. I want to teach him about business. He wants to work with you, and we don't bring you down. So they're gonna send you the itinerary in a little bit. Just let me know. I'm looking forward to meeting you. Yeah, okay. Put the phone down. I'm over here just like,
yeah,
heart pumping. What's going on? Okay, is this for real? You know what I mean? And it's kind of how God works. You lose something big, you get something big, and I hate that it's like that.
Yeah.
But later on that night, I get an email. I get the itinerary. They got the ticket. They got the room. They put me into one of the bougiest hotels in California. What's that the name? It's in the middle of Beverly Hills. It's where all the celebrities go. There's like
it's around here somewhere. I don't. I've seen it. I passed it several times. Yeah.
If I see a picture, I'll know. Like there's a mini roundabout to drive in.
I know exactly where you're talking about. It's right off. It's right off of Rodeo Drive or near Rodeo.
Yeah. Yep. But all the bougie cars are coming in and out.
Yep.
I get the ticket. I get to Cali, and I get out, walk out the airport. Someone has my name on them. It's like, shit, that's me. Like, it's me. Like, yeah, she was me. Yeah. Big limousine. I get in the limousine. He's like, yeah, you got water, drink, everything back there's for you. I'm like, okay, word. Everything. You know what I mean? I'm flexing now, so I'm in there, but I'm still like trying to absorb this. Like, am I about to get abducted? You know what I mean? I'm just like, what's going on? Pull up to the hotel. I feel like I'm Will at the Fresh Prince meeting his cousin for the first time. Like, it's the hotel I'm in. I go in, put me in the room, bougie room. So I'm like trying to just absorb this. I'm like, what's going on, man? So I walk downstairs later on that night. As I walk down to the lobby, first person I see is Chris Tucker. I'm like, and I'm in shock.
You are in a movie right now, brother. Right. You're in a movie right now.
Right. Like, this is all factual. I'm in shock, and I don't get starstruck. At least I didn't think I did. I'm walking. I'm like, and he walks to me. He's like, "What's up, man? Nice to meet you." Pounds me and everything. First of all, Chris Tucker is tall.
Yeah, he's like 6'2" or 6'3", something like that.
He's like 6'4". Okay. Built. I'm like, looks good and everything. Looks healthy. Looks young. What's going on, man? That's me. I was like, I didn't say nothing to him, man. It's just like I ain't embrace him. I'm like, yo, man, I love you, man. Rush hour 1, 2, all that, nothing, man. I just missed out the opportunity. And there's all these people here, and I'm just like, who are y'all? I know you're somebody.
Right.
Because the rooms in here are crazy expensive. Mm-hmm. Next day I go meet with them. We go to his office. He owns a big building right next to the hotel. I could walk there pretty much.
Right.
And I go in. He has my name on the office. It's like it's mine already. And he's like, yeah, and I meet him. Hey, nice to meet you. This is your office, and all this, put everything you want in there. We're going to run to my house. We go to his home up in Beverly Hills. Mm-hmm. Once you get into the gates, no more Wi-Fi, no more internet. Everything's cut off. Like, you're cut off from everything else. You have to have someone's access to internet. Mm-hmm. So after they scan me to security, I'm going up there. And he has one of those roundabout driveways. You park here, and you can turn the whole ground to get out.
The rotating ground.
Yeah. So I go in there. I meet his son and everything. I meet his son's kids, his son's friend's dad. I meet his wife. I'm sitting in their home, bro. Like, they're welcoming me like family. Like, look, we love you. We want to work with you. I'm thinking we start off, we'll give you $200K just to get started. What do you want me to send you the money at? Like, they're like this.
They're trying to get it started done quickly, but you also got to learn something from that, right? Because it sounds like there's some missing information that you need to know.
They wrote down the contract. Like, look, we're going to start off 50-50. We'll fund everything. And we want our money back first with all the sales. And then after that, we split the profits 50-50. I'm like, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Right.
Let's say we sell, just doing fake numbers. Let's say we make about $5 million. And he put in $2.5 million. He gets his money back first. Mm-hmm. $2.5 million left. And we split that 50-50. That's more than what I have right now. I don't care what it is. I'll take that. So we had a deal, everything set up and all that. And at the time, we're moving. He's like this. He's ready to go. He's a billionaire. He makes money like it's nothing. I'm still in shock.
So
and he looks at his I'm still in shock. He looks at his boy. He's like, I think I'm moving too fast for him. Because I'm like, no, let's do it. Let's go. Not showing any confidence. Not showing any I realize now that showed a lack of leadership and a lack of readiness for this opportunity.
Right.
Because eventually you're going to hear that everything did not go through. Because if it did, I wouldn't be here. I'd be in a millionaire home right now. You know what I mean? But so speed that up. We're working for about a year. We're getting everything prepared, got the numbers set up. I fly out to Mexico to look at manufacturing. Everything's paid for on his dime. He's like, look, hey, we need you closer. What do you think about me moving you to California? We'll get you a house. We'll pay for it and everything. Like, he's paying for everything. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I'm not saying no to this.
Right.
eventually, after I come back from Mexico, he's like, "Hey, man, I've been trying to talk to him, hard to get in contact with, communication dying down." Eventually, his assistant calls me like, "Hey, he's just real busy right now. He's kind of he apologizes, but it's just like it's just demands so much of his time
Mm-hmm.
to get this going, But here's 10,000 for your troubles. They gave me cash, $10,000. We just can't do it. Just he's just too busy. Sorry."
Right.
And that was it after a year because I wasn't prepared, man.
Right. And it was, I mean, to be honest, that's really your first opportunity to do something like that. So it's
Yeah,
like you've been doing all these things and it's all organic, but it's your level of organic and big and new. But like
yeah,
where he was taking you was 10 steps above where you were and
yeah,
5 steps above where you were even used to being like
yeah.
comfortable with. That's crazy. That is crazy, man.
Because I was scared that if I got his money, my student loans would eat it up. And I was like, I don't want it in my account. I got to create another account. And if I had my stepfather, he worked in finance. Like, okay, what do I do? Let's create an LLC, put the money I know all this now.
Right.
I took such a big L, and an L is a learn. It's not a loss because I learned a lot from it.
Right.
But it's like I lost my first billionaire investor.
Damn.
Billionaire. You know what I mean? Like, and I was depressed
Wow.
for months, like just low energy, just I mean, like, what happens when we get depressed? Nothing goes up. You know what I mean? Like everything's just low frequency, and gym just ain't feeling it. Food, whatever. You know what I mean? Like I just wasn't ready. And my whole success so far has just been organic success. But at some point, you got to grab the wheel
And start controlling it. Yeah.
like controlling it. And I definitely learned that.
Mm-hmm.
Say that much. So life got rougher for the next couple of years. So 2018, I moved to Atlanta myself because we had to leave out of my family's home because it's going on foreclosure. My stepfather passed away. Again, me and my girlfriend not doing well. I'm just like, this is happening. I have no money. My boys are traveling with each other. I can't afford to travel with them. I'm in Atlanta now. My girlfriend's back home because she's got a whole career, and I'm living in the basement at a friend's house in Atlanta, trying to find my way, working at the gym. $9, $10 an hour, bro. Working 2 part-time gym jobs, Monday through Sunday, no days off, for almost a year, just trying to find my way in Atlanta. Depressed, out of my mind. And I had in my second billionaire investor.
Okay. Okay.
Two, good. One of my boys, when I connects, was like, look, I know someone that owns TV companies in Canada. He likes what you do. Let's talk with him. We start talking, build momentum. And he's like, look, man, I got surgery for my throat. He had throat cancer, but he got it taken care of through surgery. He's like, look, I want to open up a facility in Atlanta where you can teach people how to make shoes and stuff. I want to get some stuff there and let's start manufacturing. I want to go big. I want to start big. I'm like, let's do it. Then COVID happens.
Oh, COVID. Yeah. Yeah.
Shuts everything down. He just got out of throat cancer from surgery, so he's not doing anything with COVID. COVID shuts the whole world down. A year and a half, 2 years gone. Business is making no money because no one's buying shoots at the time. We're all inside being comfy and chunky. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Then after that, after pivot, crazy debt, trying to find money and all this, and I got into the sales job in tech. And then that job got me into where I'm working at now at HP, and now I'm here.
Okay, so what are you doing with HP now? Because I mean, granted, we talk about shoes and we're progressing through your life, but I want to know where you're at now. What's this HP thing going on?
Sales manager at HP. I'm a commercial account manager. So long story short, I sell laptops, these desktops, printers, and all that to K-12 systems in Georgia.
Got it. Okay.
So my accounts are all the counties here, for all the big counties here, and also the local and state governments here in Georgia. So I work with people that are mayor appointed and all that, or the IT directors and the staff directors for school systems. So here in Georgia, it's Fulton County, Forsyth County, Chatham County. If we're back home, it'd be PG County, Baltimore County, those type of stuff. So I manage those accounts and all that. So it's helped me get stable. Right. I was able to buy a home last year. So everything right now has been restabilizing myself intentionally from this downfall, from post grad school, losing these billionaire investors, COVID, and all that. So now I'm over here.
Right.
Got a new car, bought a home. Now I'm getting stable. Now it's okay. How do I get this done now? But then we got these tariffs, and then how do I do this intentionally? And women own Instagram, and it's hard to get monetized on YouTube. It's like, okay, how do I beat these hurdles now?
Mhm.
So that's where I'm at.
Wow, man. You listen, you sound like you have had a long 10 years because this
Yeah,
is this is from Bowie. This is from Bowie till now, man.
yeah, bro.
Losing two, I think, if, to be honest, losing two billionaire investors would have hurt really bad. But I mean, granted, one of them was not your fault, not you had no control over. The other one, actually, the first one, you just not into your control because you're just learning. You're coming into something that was just organically built. So I get it. Like I can understand these things, and those opportunities do. Sometimes people fumble those opportunities unintentionally because of just not having an opportunity before that was similar to it.
Right. Heavy depression, because like you can't ever feel like the world's punishing you for something. You
Right.
know what I mean? I think, especially men, we go through our personal legends where we just go through a phase where we have to be isolate, be left alone, and just focus and find our way. And it's rough.
Mhm.
It's like our journey to becoming a man type stuff. You know, you go out there and better fight this lion and come back alive. You know, to be a man. That was that journey for me, man. Like it wasn't fun. Like a lot of nights just sitting here, just wondering why not? Why am I getting punished? And I had to rewire my brain. I had to relearn how to love money and all that. Like, because I grew up with a rough connection with money in my family home because money was always like a problem.
Mhm.
You know, either not enough of it or where did it go? You know, so I started to hate money because I created money to being the reason my family was always rocky.
Right.
So I had to learn it wasn't money, it's the people that had the money.
Yeah.
Then I had to learn, okay, do not lose these investors again. And then, oh yeah, I had another millionaire, billionaire investor, Atlantic Records.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Around the same time as the guy in Canada,
Mhm.
the guy, Chris something, I want to say Chris Stokes, I don't know, but he used to, I think it's him. He used to be the VP at Atlantic Records. He DM me like, "Yo, man," and I know it's him because like this is his legit DM. We down the street, yo, come meet with us, man. So I go down the street. He let me in. He's like, "Look, we got Migos, Nicki Minaj. We got all the people you need for marketing. I love what you do. Let's work together." We're sitting there in a room, and no, they're all smoking and drinking. I don't do any of that.
Right.
So my business meetings where people are just always just like partaking. I'm just like this oddball, just eating secondhand smoke. But I don't care. I want the business. So as we're about to get started, COVID happens,
Right.
shuts everything down again. So I've had so many big
Opportunity.
opportunities that just either faltered because I wasn't ready or because life. And what it tells me is that there's something there.
For sure. For sure. And you got to, and it's just a matter of time for that thing to line up where you
Yeah,
need to do, get all the things in order, you got
yeah,
your preparation, and that person that you want to meet with and that the investor will be at the level and move at this pace that you need to move at. Because I think it seems like, from what I'm seeing from the 2 and 3 that you're talking about, they don't want to move faster than you're ready to do.
yeah.
And it will be, and I listen, I am waiting for it because it's gonna happen, and I'm gonna be so fucking happy for you, bro. You will find that person that's gonna be like, all right, listen, what is the pace that you need to move at? Because once we get you going, there will be no stopping you. There will be no stopping.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna have to figure out how to get in touch with you now. I'm like, I can't even get you for the podcast. Give me an update.
I know I'm making time, bro. Because like when I was working with the first billionaire investor, I got hit up by a TV company. Like, hey, we want to do a sneaker show with you and some other people. And I was like, I can't right now because I'm busy with them. Because again, I'm just like, I'm trying to absorb this mountain of an opportunity. I shut out everything else.
Right.
I had sneaker conventions reaching out like, hey, come to our booths more. We're going to this city, that city. We'll take care of you. I was like, I got to focus on this. What I learned from that is when you're hot, when everybody wants you is when everybody wants you. You got to jump on it now. I don't care about sleep. So if I'm like, when this finally happens for me, and like you said, you're hitting me up, oh no, we're meeting up. You saw you hit me up, and I'm like, yo, let's get on the call.
Yep.
I'm not like, yeah, give me like 2 weeks. No. What you doing this week?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I learned. I took these L's. I'm turning to a W.
Yeah.
I learned like, nah, let's meet now. You got time? Yeah, I got time right now. I'm in the gym. So what?
I appreciate that greatly, brother. Because I was like, listen, I'm working through this, and I'm having my inspirational moment right now, and I'm doing a podcast, and I'm doing these little videos, and I'm doing these things, and I'm like, all right, I need to be on top of this because it's an opportunity that's going to pay off for me down the line.
Yeah.
It's going to pay off for you as well, brother. Like, listen, I wait for your post, bro. Like I keep telling you, and at some point, I'm gonna hit you for these shoes. that I've been looking at for about 10 years now.
Only problem is you wear a size 20, bro.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I've got to find the shoes because I want those Back to the Future shoes, dog. They are so hot. You have done something crazy with those shoes. And they actually did a line at some point with those shoes, and they did like $1,500. But they were going for like $1,000 a shoe. I don't even want to look at Google or eBay to see how much they're running for now, because I know they're still out there somewhere.
Yeah. No. I mean, I got a pair now. I'm actually.
Hey, show me some of your stuff, bro. Oh. Those are so heat.
I'm about to cut it up.
And do what with it?
Louis, what's the box? But one of my boys, he stays in Dubai. Like this guy is next level. He wants to take this. He sent me the shoe. These are the powder lace ones. So if you press the button, they come up, and then you press it again.
Wow.
They tighten down. So I'm saying. Yeah. So he sent me these powder lace systems. These are like a couple stacks, easy right here. But he wants me to take this apart, but keep the system in line and remake this entire upper with Louis V. This Louis V jacket he gave me.
You got to. How long is this going to take you to do that? Because if you got them done by the time I put this out, I will definitely throw those into the on as a composite.
Making the upper, like stitching the upper, I could do that in, if I'm not working, 2 days. Okay. Because I know the patterns, I know how to make them. But the problem is, well, not the problem. The difficulty will be taking this apart, but keeping this power lace system still intact in here, and keeping all the lights intact as well. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, keeping the lights intact as well. Transferring this whole system into a different upper, but keeping the same sole.
Got it.
I got to learn the technical way to do that properly without cutting the wires to mess it up.
Got it.
That'll take time. I don't know how. Maybe, and it also work. You know what I mean? Career, priorities come first.
As far as you've come when it comes to shoes, and watching you coming into y'all dorm and in the suite and seeing all the shoes laid out.
Yeah, I remember the days, man.
I think I got pictures of that still. I'm gonna post them. I got pictures.
Bro, yeah, let me see that.
Because I was like, yo, he put those shoes. He's been doing this, and I know it's gonna pay off. Like he's that guy when it comes to shoes. I've actually put you on with people, dog. I've actually told. So a friend of mine, I think I reached out to you recently, asked for your Instagram, or maybe hit you on Facebook.
Yeah.
A friend of mine's, he's in one of my brother's homeboys. He was looking for a person to help him make shoes because he's got a plumbing company. He wanted to get some shoes made for that. So
yeah, I
can still make that happen. I will, but I listen. I put you on. Like I make sure people know that this is my does his thing.
I know you've been showing love. I remember exactly who said this is going to be something when it first started. When I didn't know it was going to be something. You, B. Will, MJ, Ali. Hmm? Like it's nothing against anybody else. You know, like Travis saw this, West. You know, they all there. But people that said it, where it's like, what do you see? Because I couldn't see it. Because you know what I mean? Because I'm in the trenches. I'm just working. Hmm? But some other people were like, nah, something's going on. I remember MJ was the first one. Was like, yo, man, something's gonna come out of this. You just watch. I'm just like, well, look, you know what I mean?
Right. Listen,
got me to college. Shit, man.
It got you billionaire investors. And at this point, I feel like, excuse me, I feel like you can go back and reach out to these guys and make something happen. We'll see what I'm messing. I'm putting it out there in the universe for it to happen for you.
Yeah.
I'll get you back up, bro. Because actually when you get an opportunity, I want you to put this out and let people know where you at and let people know what you're doing. Because I know for a fact this will do something for you, bro.
Yeah.
I want this to do something for you because you're doing your thing. All right, let me back up for a second. All right, so when it comes to your shoes and all the things, do you have a business? Where are you at with it now? Because I know people are still going to hit you up at some point to maybe get some patterns or maybe get something from you. Where are you with it now so that people can understand, okay, this is where he is, and if I can get him to the next level, I will.
So right now I'm in a two-phase place. I got one, I'm still building my Shoechainz brand. That's the brand that everyone sees and everything. Mm-hmm. That'll be more, like I said, a brand, not a company, where it's just me creating and me being, I guess, the face of it. I'm not taking any private orders anymore, unless it's like a rare one that's actually worth the time. Mm-hmm. But I'm doing like maybe a custom line. I'm doing this shoe, 10 of them. Yeah, if you want to get one, go to my website, put your bid in, boom, let's get it done. Because before I used to just take.
What's the website?
It's Shoechainz.com. LE, the word shoe, the word chain, then with a Z at the end, Shoechainz.com.
Righty. I'm glad the people are gonna come looking for you, but I know they are. I'm gonna put your Instagram up. I'm gonna put all the things up because they gotta find you.
Yeah,
Continue. I'm sorry. Continue.
yeah. So that's what I'm doing now when it comes to like customized shoes. I got some high profile clientele that might want something here and there. Depending on what the price point is, I'll do it because again, just the time of my job. Before I wasn't working, come through, let's work. But now I got to be more selective. And then I got my company, which is Flow Inc. So Flow Inc. is the name of my footwear company. That I plan on telling stories about the world through shoes. And that's because my investor told me, what makes you different? I was like, I'm young at the time. My designs, yeah, true, true. But what really makes you different? Because everyone's got designs. And it took people to tell me what made me different. One guy was like, you don't know how different you look. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you look like a lot of people on the planet. You look like you could be Spanish, Indian, Samoan, African, half white. It just named all these brown countries and all. I'm just like, you can go into different countries and infiltrate and look like them, which makes you connectable. I was like, that's an advantage on top of other things. So like I learned what makes it different, but I also learned that I want to tell stories. And the first story I want to tell is the story of Mensa Musa. So I want to tell Mensa Musa is the richest person ever on the planet, from what we know.
I heard the name before. Go ahead.
Yeah, black guy from Mali, African guy from Mali, Nubian dark skinned guy. He was known to have gold for days. He would go to different countries and continents and crash their market. He's like, hey, he was a giving person. Hey, take some gold. He'll take care of yourself. Boom. And he would crash their financial market. That's how rich he was. He was above the Bezos and the Elon Musk,
right.
But they don't talk about that.
Right.
We know why.
Obviously.
Yeah. So I want to tell the story, but not to the point where I'm like, hey, we were the richest and the best, because that's not a way to tell a story. But just to I want to design these shoes with an aesthetic that would have been back in Mali, but futuristic.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And they were known for gold and minerals. So I'm gonna have an all gold shoe. I'm gonna have a jacket, I'm gonna have a backpack, different accessories. Kind of like, imagine take the movie Dune, a futuristic dystopian time. Take the Star Wars, take the Back to the Futures, take take Black Panther. This African futurism. I want to tell these stories. So that's my goal with my footwear company, which is just me. The customizing stuff is Nike, Adidas, remixing. But Flow Inc., my personal company, would be me telling stories of our people. And I'll eventually branch out to different people as well about just times we were royals and not just times when we were slaves.
Yeah, because I'm sick of seeing those stories, brother. I really am sick of those movies. And I got an idea for you, and I'm giving it to you because listen, this is your thing. When it comes to the shoes, and depending on when it comes to your sizing, when you go to like the younger kids, might as well go ahead and make your own book, children's book with that same story that tells that story that you're talking about. Drop that in every book for every shoe box for them, and let the kids learn.
That's a great idea. Because I was thinking about you start with whatever gets you momentum, then you start going into television. You want a television, you know what I mean? And like an animated series or something. And whatever it may be, I don't know. Because they need to see people that are different shades of color with coarser hair, with different noses and all this, and different lip sizes that aren't just because I'm tired of seeing the Greek stories of mythology. It's always the same people. They all look the same.
Yeah, but and they are not the color that other people who they are supposed to be. They are not. They are not us.
No.
Like how is this in Africa and no black people are in it? Like what's going on here?
I remember watching the movie Prince of Persia with I forgot the guy's name. The main guy. He was on Brokeback Mountain. He's the main actor. The other one.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, he played Prince of Persia. I'm like, why is he Prince of Persia, man? That's Persia, bro. He's like, the guy look like me or something different, not him.
Right.
Yeah, I'm tired of seeing these Egyptian movies, African movies. Whenever you saw Africa, it's always just Egypt. But it's always like the ones that are hyper lighter with different features. I'm like, there's way more color. Like Brazil, it's way more colorful than you think. I realized that's my real passion. I happen to be doing it on shoes, on a backpack, on a jacket. But storytelling, it's my real passion, man.
Listen, keep telling those stories, brother. Keep telling those stories.
Yeah.
I got another question for you. When it comes to your shoe making thing, what shoe, what design, what brand is like, oh my God, I enjoyed making this?
From a certain brand?
on either a certain brand, like flipping a Jordan into your own little thing? What shoe was it? What shoe that you like? Oh my god, this shoe right here is my go-to. If I could ever recreate this and do this again and make this big, I'm going to do it.
Very simple. It's Nike though. I
Yeah.
don't know if you remember. I used to be called Niked Out on Instagram.
Oh yeah, you did. You did. That was
That
your
was my name.
first. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like Nike everything. No Adidas. No corny K Swiss. No nothing. Then I eventually was like, why am I so dedicated to this brand? They don't care about me. Anyways, but Nike is my main one I like to work with. Foam posits.
Mm-hmm.
Love the foam posit. Flight posit threes with the bubbles, flight posit ones. Like I love those old school, like different, they look like spaceship shoes. You know what I mean? Like I love that. And even the ones that are kind of more eclectic. So Nike's are my go-to, hands down. Adidas, when it's the Adidas and Yeezy combo.
Ah, yeah. He ruined that situation with him. But
Yeah,
you worked
that
on Yeezys?
Nike. Huh?
You've worked on Yeezys? Have you like done your own thing with that?
A bunch of them, like Yeezy 750s and all this type of stuff, the 350s, all that. I mean, I love the aesthetic that he had with them, and even the Nike Yeezys as well. I actually just got done cutting them up. I put a picture of them up on Instagram, and I'm about to take those and flip them as well. Like the Nike Yeezy combo is one of my favorite ones, but Nike's my main shoe I like to work with. It's just they're futuristic. I love everything futuristic.
What's up, man? Hey, listen, I'm glad you had an opportunity to tell your story, brother, because you have a story. And I'm glad that people see this and be like, all right, he's done his thing. This is a path that I might want to take. But my one last question for you is when it comes to you getting into the business and how you got to it, what would you tell somebody who has the same idea and they're at their early stages of the game and they were like, okay, well, what is my next step? What would you tell these people?
A bunch. One, be patient, of course, but two, if you want to do it, be intentional. You know what I mean? Like you really gotta have a game plan nowadays. Because I failed because I wasn't intentional. I failed because I couldn't see what this was coming. But if you're drawn to something, it's for a reason. So be intentional. You know what I mean? Like, because now we have all the data in the world, bro. You can't say nothing. Right. How do I start an LLC? YouTube.
Yep.
How do I open up a business bank account? YouTube. Like, when we got started, YouTube was just getting popping and all back in college and all. So we was like, is this even here? I had to go to Radio Shack to figure out how to do wires on lights. I had to go drive there. It's not even open anymore. I can get online now and find everything. So like, be intentional. If you want to do something, put your energy into it, man. Like, it's the only way you can do it to get started because that will stick out farther than all the fluff and all the fads and all the up and down gimmicks. Your pure intention is always going to stick there and always going to stick out.
Listen, thank you, brother.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Listen, and now I need to tell everybody where they can find you, which and all Instagrams, the Facebooks. Tell them where you at, brother.
It's all the same thing. LE_SHOECHAINZ. LE_Shoechainz. That's IG, YouTube, TikTok, everything, man.
Listen, I'm glad you had an opportunity to come on and had this conversation with me, brother. I'm glad you are pushing forward, especially after losing 3 investors. That would hurt my feelings. That would hurt my heart. And then COVID was a part of it, but like it's all good. Like you on your way, and you're gonna find your path. You're gonna find your next thing.
Take no's, man.
Hey,
don't take no's.
Don't take no for an answer. Do what you gotta do, brother. Listen, I'm glad you had the opportunity to get on with me, and I'm glad people came to see this episode because this is my boy. Follow him, go find him, and he's gonna show you some new shoes.
Yeah. You're proud of me, man. Definitely. I told you I was gonna make time. I was like, yo, when you want to meet, let's do it.
I appreciate that. Big time. I appreciate that. This is another episode of Conversation Corner. You can follow me and on all my social medias at Conversation Corner, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Like, subscribe, and come back for another episode next week.
Take care.